we need Slardar to have a favorable laning phase, and he's the one that forces Anti-Mage into the jungle, preferably earlier than V.Tune would desire.
All right, hearing Kyle break it down. Owen, do you have a prediction here for this opening game?
I really like what Spirit's got. I think Navi's playing a bit of a risk trying to run the anti-mage. I think Spirit will absolutely be able to punish it. I think the Slardar is going to have a good lane, and they're going to get a good momentum going. I believe in Toronto Tokyo's confidence of getting that first pick Storm through. Orchid, BKB, as you said, and they're just going to have so many heroes in the faces of Navi's cores that I don't know if Navi's going to quite be able to get the space to actually get the game and hit that timing for anti-mage. And by the time he's got his Battle Fury Manta and first fighting item, I think they'll have no trouble getting on top of him with the Slardar, Corrosive, and they'll shred this anti-mage.
All right, great. Thank you very much, Kyle and Owen. But now it's time for...
In this type of game, I think he can actually show up and fight a little bit. He doesn't, like, sure, he's gonna go Battle Fury, but he can show up for cleanups. That's the beauty about playing versus Storm a lot of the time. You know, you blink in Mana Void, great carry contribution, but it can be relevant.
Well, that is going to be important, but you do have to be very mindful about the item timings. Like our panel said, when Storm gets that BKB, it is going to make things a lot more difficult for them to get that favorable interaction over there on NAVI.
And I'm wondering how the lanes are really going to play out. You know, I'm hoping for Team Spirit that the Slardar can get a good start, but I think it might be a bit tough. Disruptor is actually really good at zoning, especially versus double melee. So I think the Tusk and the Slardar are going to have to do some, you know, weird creep manipulation and stuff up there. Because I am a bit worried for Collapse. I think it can become a very hard lane very quickly for AM if you don't get off to a good start.
Well, it looks like he's going to dodge here a little bit, seeing at least one of the people over on NAVI over on that rune spot, so isn't going to have a terrible start like NAVI wants him to have, at least.
The battle begins.
Yeah, that was a little spooky for a second. Good thing he got that good ward up. We will have just 2 for 2 bounties, the opposite bounties that we usually see them claiming, and Spirit's still hanging around. They might want to try for some of First Blood. They're going to try to use the tag team with 3 heroes. Maybe they can actually catch somebody here. Oh, it could have.
Oh, it's looking like maybe is RADjER or RAMZES? RADjER or RAMZES? Oh, looks like it's gonna be RAMZES who walks into everything here. Brambles gets thrown out here by RADjER, and it's a nice try, but it's still going to be the first blood going over to Yatoro.
Love it. Great way to start the game. We're talking about just bloodthirst in action. That's a great way to start it out. Just get your nice little triple tag team working. And Mira doesn't have to TP. He can save his teleport for later on. He's actually going to just make the long walk to the top to go to help out the Slardar.
Definitely a nice start here for the side of Team Spirit, since they are very momentum-based. But Miposhka's getting bullied a little bit here by RADjER, so is going to have to spend a little time here, wait to regen. But is drawing the attention of the other support, which is going to give a little more free space over there to the Wraith King.
Good old Willow. One of the stronger position for. He's gotten buffed / changed as well too a lot in this patch. Love the synergy with Mars. He's got so much power. Good lane versus. Good lane this game too. Not only just with the Mars, but what he's up against, the AA and the Wraith King. You know, you can just dodge the stun in particular with your projectile with Shadow Realm, and it's low armor heroes. You know, Wraith King's only 2 armor. Same thing with AA. Well, everyone knows Willow's attack animation is just great.
Oh yeah, it's super fun to play with. I know Sheaves is a big fan of playing the Dark Willow as well, now that they have the Shard, where you can have the Cursed Crown into Bramble proc. Pretty nice.
Yeah, and it's just been buffed, and the talents. I love unique talents. I think that's probably my favorite thing that I saw this patch on a lot of heroes. Just very different in specific hero talents, specific abilities. As top, Collapse.
He's looking like he's going to be all right here, though. They're getting very aggressive, which is what I like to see, for sure. But definitely having the extra body in his lane to help protect him pays off for him there.
Rune's coming out. Tokyo's trying to get the pull on Iceberg. Won't quite be able to. Iceberg actually got Toronto Tokyo under the tower with the Nathan Remnant earlier, but couldn't quite finish off the kill. Some good exchanges in the mid lane. Both of them are just really battling, using that mana to its maximum. Seeing just so much mana that you have now in the mid lane.
And we are going to be, speaking of runes, seeing some more runes coming up very, very shortly. For those of you who are still figuring out all those rune timings, bounty runes do spawn at the 3-minute mark now.
Yes. Don't forget. A little awkward to get them at the 3-minute mark.
It's really
awkward. I feel like the number is bizarre, but, you know.
It feels
Good
weird to
hang of it.
walk away, right? Like you feel very underleveled too. Like not underleveled
Enigma got
necessarily,
hit
but
pretty
like,
badly. Like 50-second cooldown on conversion, so there's not a lot of offlaners that we like being left alone that much anymore in comparison.
yeah. But on the flip side of that, I feel like the supports. Oh, it's a nice courier snipe right there.
Nice.
I feel like the supports, though, especially like your position 5, tend to wander off a little bit more now, trying to help secure these runes or skirmish early. So in that case, like I know we've been seeing some Lifestealer. You know, we've got an anti-mage, someone who's got an escape. You've got a Wraith King who is fairly, you know, durable within the lane. That's what I was considering.
Okay. Yeah, perhaps, yeah.
Spirit Brothers, of course, just trading some hits over here in the mid lane. Storm getting a little bit of a nicer setup here. 24-2, currently 17-7 on Iceberg. Hello?
So let's just put a little bit more pressure out.
Ooh, RADjER, he wants this kill, but did he get too greedy here? Because Miposhka looks absolutely fine, and it's not looking so good for RADjER. He's trying to break some ankles here. Juke, nice spear coming out from RAMZES. Is it going to be enough? No. Yatoro gets himself a second kill.
Got a little eager. Didn't really see all the, I guess, the stick charges and everything that Miposhka had to survive. We'll see the check for the rune. Mira sitting around that mid lane. Tokyo.
He's trying, but
fine.
nope, gets himself that nice water rune and gets to eat a little tree along the way. Down goes RAMZES in the bottom lane. Miposhka, he is going to pay for this, I have a feeling. No! Is he actually going to be fine here?
Still alive.
He's still alive. He's able to just go right back to the lane. Yatoro, he wants this kill. He's hoping for one big old crit. He doesn't have it, but it doesn't matter. Third kill going over here to the Wraith King and the bottom lane.
Wow, I'm quite surprised seeing how well they're doing down there too. Versus the Mars and the Willow, which traditionally is a good lane, versus this Wraith King in AA. Yeah, they've done a great job. The chainmail pickup is big for the Wraith King. He's that much tankier, and Miposhka's actually playing like a beast. He's just manning up. He's turning actually and standing his ground versus this Willow and Mars. It's working for them right now. Really good start here. 1,000 gold lead already, and they're actually getting a decent lane for Collapse. That's the biggest thing that I keep looking over. Slardar is not getting pushed away at all. They've actually done a good job of securing him some pretty solid farm and slowing down the AM a little.
Bottom lane, another initiation over here on RAMZES. Is gonna proc. He's gonna get frozen into place here. Yatoro walking back though, deciding that he doesn't quite want to go for this just yet.
Good harder now. RAMZES has double bracer finished up, so he is very tanky.
Yeah, it's fun to look too, the fact that, you know, the Slardar, we talked about him having difficulties in that top lane. He's currently 24-2. RAMZES does have a lot of denies here, but he is 24-11 now. June's courier, though, gets sniped.
Does that have anything on it? I think he got on the way back,
so.
it looks like.
Yeah. Back here from Tokyo. He's got his 6 though. He's zipping away. He sidesteps around. Oh, he wanted that room, but he's not going to be able to get it because Iceberg is a little bit faster there. And that Aether Remnant, of course, slowing him down considerably.
Yeah, they're continuing to just play aggressive bottom. I'm always seeing Miposhka full mana. He's always ready to go if they do get a connection. And they're going again, right away onto RAMZES.
They are indeed. Brambles get tossed down, but again, he is frozen into place and he's just getting blocked off. Another kill for Yatoro in the top lane. They are trying to make something happen over here to V.Tune. Looks like Collapse might have gone perhaps just a little bit too far, so I'm assuming now it's going to be Always-Wanna-Fly who gets the kill. Nice glimpse back though over here onto Mira. He's underneath the tower. Iceberg makes the rotation and will be able to collect his first kill.
Very nice. It's all about the anti-mage, so any times that they can like teleport and get him 1 or 2 extra kills, perfect for Navi. Still good for Spirit, even though they did lose those 2 heroes. They're doing so well bottom. This pressure that they're actually putting onto RAMZES is super solid. This Wraith King is 800 or 1,000 gold actually above his counterpart already at the start of the game. That's definitely what you want to see.
Not if you're a NAVI fan, that's for sure. And this looks like he's gonna get himself yet another kill here. The body blocks are coming out. They want to make sure that this procs, because of course Willow, she can't dodge that. Nice spear coming out, but it's not enough to save RADjER.
These two are just killers. 402 Wraith King, 204 AA. They have all of the kills. It's happened up for their team so far down here.
Just giving them the chilly fingers and the Wraith Fire Blast, man. It's a scary lane.
Yep. And it's all these early items. I love that. I think that we're going to see it like every time because of how good Armlet is now too, and it's just so valuable on Wraith King especially.
All right.
For it.
It's our first arena. Finds a kill on Miposhka, who's been very nicely just dodging the entire time. Yatoro not going to be able to go and retaliate with a kill of his own, but we'll trade a couple hits anyways. The mid lane, TORONTOTOKYO is going to zip back, sidestepping the brambles. He's going to be able to survive that gank. And Mira snapping up the rune.
Nice. We're going to TP mid as well. Miposhka already having such a good impact on bottom. He'll refill the mid bottle. And Tokyo's gone for full farming build. He's got 4 points in the static remnant to push the lanes out and just get that farm up.
That is the VIP treatment when you have a water boy. But the top lane, they're trying to make plays over here on VI.WannafLY. They find the kill. Collapse now running. They've got the snowball over the back lines. Mira, he's trying to come back in. Not going to be able to do it. They managed to get the kill on Collapse. And Mira? They back off. They decide they don't want to let him. They don't want that kill just yet. But RodjER just can't get a break away from Miposhka.
He really can't. Miposhka's just bullying him.
Look at this. He's going right under the tower, too.
God.
Oof. That's so... Oh, my gosh.
He almost
Look
got
at
him.
that. 60-something hit points. That's wild.
And he's gone for the max cold feet build. Since he has Wraith King, he has like a decent amount of little setup stuns and stuff, too, with his teammates. He actually is going to get some good cold feet procs in this game, sure. V.Tune's still farming really well on the side of Navi. So all this action that's coming out, it's working well for Spirit, but this anti-mage is still gonna get his timings. It's quite a big of a concern. Because I don't see the easiest ways for the side of Team Spirit to actually push buildings, which is gonna be the next biggest thing that they have to do. Sure, kills are all gonna be great, but eventually you have to start shrinking the map. You have to start being able to actually pressure and get these objectives. I like that they have the Slardar a lot, because that can give them at least a Roche objective with the Wraith King pretty easily. But taking out these buildings versus this heavy team fight of Navi, it's going to be a task. And it's going to be one that they have to figure out at some point pretty soon.
I mean, on the bright side for Team Spirit, it's not like they have the greatest D push coming out from the side of NAVI. But like you said, it is difficult. It's very difficult when you don't have the best of tower hitters or any sort of, you know, little extra creeps or minions. Rip Necrobook. I don't think anybody misses it, though.
No, definitely not. At least they have skeletons. You know, that's the best way to push. And a good way to get kills.
Like that.
So if they can set up kills like that around the towers and then get a push going, perhaps. Team fights are going to be tough still. Mira should still be fine.
Yeah, Iceberg, he wanted to make something happen there, but
It's
he's
a tough
not.
task, and we've seen V.Tune do some miraculous stuff when he's on these type of matchups. On the anti-mage versus Storm or PLs in some proper scenarios. As he's waiting in the wings.
He's still here. TORONTOTOKYO, though, doesn't feel like he wants to take this bait, so just gonna back off. And anti-mage rotates here. He'll take some of the creeps here from Iceberg, but he's going to just head right back to these camps. Go back to what he does best, hitting creeps.
Yep. RodjER TP's mid, refills bottle. RAMZES is actually able to stay bottom for a second rather than just chain dying to this cold feet Wraith King combo over and over again. Miposhka's actually starting to get some stacks going so they can get that quick item timing, that quick orchid. That'll also be a big one. If Tokyo's able to get his in the next few moments, he can do a lot with orchid versus the Void Spirit versus the anti-mage. It's going to shut down those cores pretty significantly. Still a bit away from it, though.
All right, well, we have a smoke coming out from the side of NAVI. Mira, most forward in
They want the
position.
Slardar.
Trying to see if he can spot any ganks. It's not, although, no. Iceberg, smoke's going to pop. Mira walking into RodjER. Gonna try, but he does get taunted back. Collapse is here, but he's gonna get glimpsed away. Snowball coming out, though, will provide Mira a little bit more time. As now that Static Storm gets dropped over onto Collapse. RodjER does go down because TORONTOTOKYO has made his own rotation. This is not looking good for the Slardar, though. He is going to go. The rest of the team here over on the side of Spirit. Not looking to engage now. So they dropped the
Navi got
old
what they
monkey
came for.
banana phone.
Yeah. Navi got what they really wanted, that actual Slardar. Tusk broke it. That was actually great positioning from Mira to catch that smoke there, but still they were able to get the glimpse, get the connection. Sure, they lose RodjER, but they forced reaction, a lot of it.
Now they still have Arena over here on RAMZES. They're gonna jump forward though, hoping that they can just burst him down fast enough. The Arena does go off, but he gets hit with the snowball. And RAMZES is going to go down here. Mira looks like he's possibly next. Does get the Walrus punch off. Might actually be able to get denied by Roshan. In fact, indeed he will. Curse Crown will proc over on the Ancient Apparition. It's rooted into place. The Bedlam comes out, and V.Tune just saunters on over and finds himself a kill on TORONTOTOKYO. Where was he just farming over there?
I think he was just escaping from everything that happened, and V.Tune just blinks and gets on top of him. Great job from the A, coming in and cleaning up. That's exactly what he needs to do, and RAMZES gets the ult off. He doesn't die initially. Actually gets them 3 kills. Well, 2 kills and a Rosh kill onto that Tusk. Not bad. Bad for Navi.
They take those. Level 10 now over on Wraith King's got his armlet finished up, is working on the Radiance next.
He'll still have good timing. Tokyo got slowed down a lot there, though. He would have had his Orchid if he gets away there, and then he'd be able to make some big play for the next thing. Now it's going to be delayed a little bit. Gives Navi a little bit more time. And the time has been bought pretty much for that Battle Fury. It's about to be finished up. So AM still in a good position, and Team Spirit unable to really knock on towers too much. Collapse is really trying up top. He'll probably be able to get this one soon, and that's going to give himself his Blink Dagger, and that's going to help a lot. So Blink, Orchid, they're going to have a lot of different ways to make plays now on Spirit and look for these catches that they need to start getting.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if once the Blink Dagger gets picked up here on Collapse, and again, there it is. He's picked it up now. With that Orchid on Storm, I just think they become AM hunters. What do you think? I mean, AM hunters, or you know, it would be nice if you can grab Iceberg, but I think the big target, #1, is of course V.Tune. So smoke coming out now on the side of Spirit.
V.Tune and Iceberg. And so the Iceberg does have his Yules finished up, but he has good timing to be able to protect himself too, and he does have the backup of his team right next to him. Power Rune. Got him.
Yeah, there's the show of the link, the jump forward. Oh, but look at the static storm, so they get the kill on Iceberg. But there are 4 heroes over here stuck in the static storm. They'll end up losing Toronto-Tokyo. Ramzes, though, will be next to fall as that fear coming in here. Mira forced back. Yatoro, he's still ready. He's looking, was hoping. Nice crush coming out here from Collapse. They always want to fly. A good glimpse back, though, will buy them a bit more time. RODjER not looking too healthy here, though, as Collapse will just kite him. And down goes the Dark Willow.
That was a 4-man static storm on top of the Marvel, and it didn't matter. The Bruisers, they're just too tanky. The Sploudar, the Tusk, the Wraith King, they sit in the front line. Sure, Storm does die, but they get the tower, they get what they came for, and they even ate all the ultimates. Beautiful. Great jump onto Iceberg.
Very nice play now coming out from Team Spirit. We talked about them needing momentum, and I would say that they're doing a pretty okay job as they go and they get these picks. Yeah, look at, so this is the other fight. This isn't the one with the 4 people in that static storm. They're getting that denial here by Roshan.
We like to see Ramzes, you know, he did survive for a moment there. But yeah, great hit from Spirit. Relic already finished. This bottom lane is honestly, they own so hard. 6-0-3, AA Wraith King. This is maybe why we're seeing a rise in that AA too, just how strong you actually can be just in lane, just maxing cold feet. You know, it works so well, the combo between the two of them. They've set up Yatoro for a pretty damn good game. This Radiance is going to be so early with Armlet. We see the crits, you know, with the Slaughter, you see how much damage he actually can do.
That, and you have to give some credit here to Miposhka because, you know, AA, he's got to be so careful with his positioning, especially when you're up against a Dark Willow who has pretty good range. He did manage to, you know, help get these kills and not even really trade either. A lot of it was just him sitting really far back. I think the one time he died in lane was when Ramzes snuck around the side because he had his arena up and running. So it was an ultimate used for him. I think you're okay with that.
Yeah, and he was super low. He just had to like reset out of the lane anyway at that point. So yeah, he's really done an excellent job and great aggressive plays and great aggressive wards coming out from Team Spirit so far. And yeah, just continuing to apply this pressure. So Navi probably feeling a little shaken up after that last fight when they connected everything and it still did not go well.
Yeah, it was a beautiful static storm. Just unfortunately, they're relying a lot on Iceberg to be most of the damage, but if he gets picked off first, it makes things a bit more difficult.
They have to park someone else on the front lines. Iceberg has to probably sit a little bit further back. They look fragile. Whenever you're playing versus AA, it seems like everybody can look fragile. Just that extra little damage, that extra little pump up from both the Vortex and the Blast, just, yeah. Even a tanky hero like Mars just does not look tanky anymore.
When the God of War doesn't even look tanky, you know there's a problem. Spirit
sticking together. Toronto-Tokyo knows exactly the timing that he needs to go for this game. With the items queued up, he's got the Orchid straight into the BKB, no funny business. Good stuff from Spirit so far. And now they've got Radiance, so they've done pretty much all that they needed to do. And now the next target, as we said earlier, try to secure a Roshan. And they're going to be able to kill it really fast. It's level 12 on the Slardar, so level 2 corrosive haste. And he just finished up with Medallion, so this Rosh is just gone.
Gosh, look at these big chunks of him just being eked out. My goodness. And of course, they have one of the best Aegis carriers in the game, TSpirit. So I would not be surprised to see TSpirit start to crank up that aggression even more than what they've already put on this map.
Yep, pretty much anybody you see now, you're going to be jumping. You're not going to really care too much of that big NAVI team fight anymore. Go for top tower if they can, perhaps. Maybe they can get the tier 2 nice and early on.
Sure, they'd like to secure themselves that outpost as well, so. And see the forward places. I like this. I like the way that you've got 2 heroes right up there that are scouting out the tier 2. Over in the mid lane to jump forward. He's got a Yules, but I don't think that's going to be enough to save him. Not when those shards come through. So Toronto-Tokyo will go down, and Yatoro takes the tower, and I have a feeling we're going to see him wander over towards this mid tower as well now.
Yep, just keep battling. NAVI is pretty broken at the moment now. Both Ramzes as well as Iceberg, time and time again, have just died when they've shown their faces. I think Spirit's really starting to run away with this game. Toronto-Tokyo also finds himself a regen rune, so he's really ready to go. V.Tune, he still does not have Manta, so he's not ready to join with his team too much yet as he's walking right into them.
Walks right into them. That static storm, it doesn't manage to catch anyone here as the snowball bounces right back over here onto the side. They're going to try to just fight Always Wanna Fly as everyone else is trying to TP out. It looks like this Disruptor, he's already used the ultimate, but he's going to go right back to that fountain because he's dead. Toronto-Tokyo.
They're really starting to dominate. They even have all these wards positioned very deeply as well, so they can see the positioning of anyone. Tokyo, it's the regen. He's waiting for V.Tune. Got the Ice Blast going preemptively too.
No.
But he'll build left.
Playing it safe. I like it. Middle tower, though, again, gets crumbled.
They keep pinging. They know where he is. Like the scan coming out now. Collapse.
He's already out.
What is this anti-mage? Yeah, he'll get out. Now he's got Manta, so now he can actually do stuff to get joined in with his team. But man, there's this the VI.Spirit and the Mars are just falling further and further behind, and it's not looking like a game where they're going to recover that easily. Just an overwhelming amount of damage and control that the TSpirit draft does have.
I mean, never say never. This is Dota.
That's true.
You never know what can go down, but yeah, they're looking real pretty. Everything that they need to. Oh, and eventually they do manage to find V.Tune. Manta's gonna come out. Nice terrorize here, tossed out as well. Mira hoping he can grab someone here. It's gonna get arenaed here by Ramzes, but he's got the snowball. He's absolutely fine. Walrus punch. Is it now Ramzes that's trapped in the arena with Mira? And now, of course, you've got Toronto-Tokyo zipping on, and they even toss out the tip.
That's what happens when you miss a spear.
I mean,
instantly.
Oh, a little. All right, you know, Yatoro, tipping Mira there.
And this is continuing to look really difficult. Navi, even though the initiation is not perfect from Spirit, they cannot fight. They're in just like immediate retreat. Need to wait for a lot longer before the anti-mage actually does want to look to get involved. And they're just hunting him. Look at this Spirit. They just beeline across the map. They have great ward vision outside of the base of Navi, so they know they're all trapped in there. They just need to go anti-mage hunting, like you said earlier. The only tool, the only task that they really need to tick off now is just keep hunting him. He's getting no space.
Look at the way Collapse is giving the creeps such a wide berth so they can't actually see him. They do have a ward over there though, so. V.Tune, he shows himself. He's already used the Manta too.
And he used the Manta.
Oh, I don't think Collapse can make it there in time. An appropriate voice line. Little sass coming out from Anti-Mage, I like it.
BKB for Storm. They've gotten all these big items now. Solar Crest on Slardar, Drums even on the Tusk, BKB Storm. Everyone's enabled. Everybody's just ready to go, ready to battle.
Oh boy.
Also has the Sange as well too on top. They're just, they're gonna look for these fights and they're gonna be really strong. I don't know how Navi can actually kill almost anybody.
I don't know if Iceberg wants to stay here. All right, they do manage to go and bait this out pretty nicely. And there's gonna be the spear. It's only one though that they managed to catch. Followed up with the fear. Mira is going to fall as Toronto-Tokyo left up to the back lines. They'll find the kill on Iceberg. Tokyo still just flanking away over here at Ramzes. He does have the Yules, but there's nothing that V.Tune can really hope to do over here. As now another spear will connect. On the back lines, RADjER is gonna get murdered by Miposhka. And they're gonna retreat behind their tier 2.
They don't have the damage. Even if they connect, again, Reman Static Storm, I believe it was, with the Mars ulti, they're just too far behind to actually have enough to finish off most of these heroes. Tusk barely actually goes down. Now they got to be careful of getting reinitiated on.
Yeah, they are. I'm surprised about that. The Aegis does get reclaimed, but always want to fly, despite the glimpse back, is going to fall. You know, it's crazy because I keep seeing NAVI, like, they start to smoke up, but the party keeps coming to them almost every single time here on the side of Team Spirit. And Yatoro, he does have a blink now. V-Tune, look at how scared he's playing.
Has to be. One stun into a follow-up stun, and he's just dead with an AA blast on top. This Wraith King is hitting him so damn hard. AA now hits level 12 too, so more little things that are just making them a little bit stronger on the side of Spirit. And Navi, they're being restricted completely in their base. Like, nobody's farming. Look at Ramses. He literally just has to handhold V-Tune to make sure that he can protect him. Iceberg can't get any space on the map at all. I feel like we saw him get the Yules at a pretty decent time. I think it was like 12 minutes.
Oh, no. Oh, that's a dead always want to fly, and Roger immediately is trying to just run away. Does have the Curse Crown over here onto Collapse, though. We'll get the stun off. Ice Blast getting tossed out as well. Ramses hiding in the tree line. The zip forward. Ice Blast coming in through. It doesn't quite manage to connect, though, as they're still trying to get Roger. And again, it is very difficult to take down a Willow, but with a big old Walrus punch, they do manage to get the kill.
All-out split push is what it's got to be for Iceberg. Now finally getting a little bit of room, getting closer to his Aghanims. Anti-Mage has to just do split push, creep wave, creep cut action. Same thing for Ramses. I think just battles are off the menu for a long time now. Until V-Tune feels like he can actually show up, which is probably going to be, man, maybe when he has the Scotty, but even then, he's going to have to do some weird ways of team fighting, just blinking around in and out. There's just way too much damage, way too much control. Spirit. 9,000 gold lead. Still looking for kills too. Look at Mira and the Collapse trying to find Ramses, but not quite able to.
I mean, you got to give V-Tune some credit here. He's doing the best job that he possibly can here with this anti-mage, despite the fact that they have such a mobile team coming out from Team Spirit. It feels like if you just take one wrong misstep, you are going to get stunned, or you're going to get silenced, or any of these things. It's a very spooky
really
place.
Does feel like that 1v5. Like, they're gonna have to get some beautiful connections of fears plus walls and all that, but this anti-mage has, I don't know if they want to go on this one. This looks like it could be a disaster if they do.
I don't know, Ramses? He's hanging out.
Need more time.
They back off. Respectable. I can understand that. It's more time for your anti-mage, right? As he is in the bottom lane. He's trying to make some things happen over at Toronto-Tokyo, but just not quite able to do it. He's gonna go zip around. He's got his BKB just in case here. He's gonna teleport out.
Oh.
That's the told you a storm was coming.
But the tables have turned a little bit here, Fog, because if Toronto-Tokyo is all alone, V-Tune is feeling a lot more powerful.
Yeah, when he's got the Manta, you know, it just makes it, that matchup is always a lot easier versus that Storm. It's just if the rest of them are arriving and, oh man, was that like that was like the instant Roche spawn? I was looking at the timer. I guess it just came up pretty much right away. Another secured Roche for Team Spirit. No way Navi makes it in time.
No way.
Now Aegis Cheese and a Shard that they're gonna have to deal with.
I think Slardar was considering getting the Shard.
I think he should. It's really strong. Well, I want to say really strong. It's better than it was before. I like it actually beforehand.
Right.
It's pretty nice just for that little bit of extra. You don't have to apply the corrosive haze yourself. Just apply the stun.
I mean, it's no Grimstroke Shard, but you know, not everything can be super.
But it does make the
super broken.
It does make the radius bigger, which is one of the cool things. Sure, it applies the debuff, but the radius change, it's noticeable. 75 radius is pretty big for Slardar.
Well, again, Team Spirit has effectively cut off the map for pretty much everyone on NAVI except for V-Tune. So V-Tune trying his best, has teleported back home though to help defend the base, as most of these creep waves are of course pushed in except for the bottom one. That is going to become a bit of an issue for them. They do have an anti-mage problem.
Yeah, just a little bit of an issue with the waves. Looks like they're finishing up that next big item on the Wraith King. I guess he wants that AC before they actually look to break high ground, but it's gonna be time to break high ground for them. They've got these BKBs, they've got all these, they've got like almost everything at the ready for them now on Spirit. BKB, you know, would be wanted for Slaughter, but that's going to take time for later, so I think they can still look to apply that big pressure. V-Tune's almost ready. He's almost got his Scotty. He's almost tanky enough to maybe join into the fray. Iceberg has finally finished Ags too, so there's some slight, very slight hope for Navi as Spirit still in commanding lead.
It is pretty scary when you take a look at those net worths. Obviously, you know, you've got Yatoro at the top, 20K, and V-Tune, you know, he's put up a great fight. He's at 16, but then the next two, 13 and 12. And then you look over at the next highest on the side of NAVI, and they're just so much further behind. I don't know. I think it's still, like you said, there's the possibility, and it is Dota. Anything is absolutely possible, but it feels like an uphill climb. Even if they manage to take down the Wraith King once, can they take him down a second time?
Yeah, or even the Storm. You know, that's the thing about when you get so much overwhelming map control. It's like these ages and cheeses, they really start to make things so difficult, especially when you're playing with a big team fight lineup. Because then, you know, you throw your everything, and then they just respawn and you don't actually have everything available. While we look at Spirit, their draft isn't like that. They're not really that big cooldown reliant. They're all about like the jump in, get the kill, jump in, get another, jump in, get another. Navi, when they commit, it's a full commit.
Right. Well, Scotty is completed now for the anti-mage, but he is going to have to be doing some skirmishing in and out of these battles, as he just isn't tanky enough to deal with the bigger boys, I guess, on this map right now.
I just look at this Wraith King, 43 armor when he's buffed up with Solar Crest. Sure, you're going to be annoying him and tickling with this mana burn and slowing him down with Scotty, but he's going to hit you back, and you're not going to hit him for almost anything with his armor.
Yeah. Is the big boy in front leading the charge. Okay, there's gonna be a silence immediately, but look at this. Yatoro just giggles to himself. He says, yeah, all right, cool. I'm just gonna keep hitting these buildings. Take a little nap here now that I'm stunned. Miposhka is nearby, fighting a little bit of that support, but they have to be so scared, right? Because Yatoro can just hit their towers, take very minimal amounts of damage. Like, they really have to focus him down. And at any moment, Collapse could just jump on in on top of them, and Ice Blast come out. You could have the Storm zipping through. It's just, the counter initiation is terrifying.
Yeah, and they just die so fast.
Oh, like that, like RAMZES. Just, I think he was there a second ago, and they're just taking a bath in the static storm. They don't care. That's a big ultimate that's down now, and they got nothing for it.
It's minus 21 armor. Actually, sorry, minus 26 armor with the AC aura. So anyone who shows just gets absolutely eviscerated from one crit from that Wraith King.
Lord knows he's got crits.
And they're finishing up these next items too while applying this pressure, while keeping Navi in their base. Aghanim's about to be finished for the Storm. Slaughter almost BKB.
He's in. He's in. Always want to fly. Absolutely eviscerated. Like you said, RODjER's going to be the next one to go down. Buyback now from RODjER. Wants to get himself back into the fight, but I'm not sure what he can hope to really do here as V-Tune just trying to get some of these creeps away. Ice Blast, though, they jump right in over here onto V-Tune. Ice Blast does connect with the Terrorize. Buys a little bit more time. The Silence comes out here from TORONTOTOKYO. Drives him back into double kill as they take down the AM. RAMZES trying to do anything he can over here on the back line, trying to get a kill. He's even used the BKB. RODjER goes down, though, while this is happening. And Iceberg will fall next as they are just chasing them down. GG gets called, and Team Spirit playing their draft absolutely perfect.
Yeah, well said. I don't really see almost any mistakes coming up from Team Spirit this game. This was some flawless execution.